This is Julie Cohen, and I'm speaking with Gretchen Rose, former Vice President of Human Resources for InsPro Technology for 3 minutes max. Gretchen is on sabbatical this year in Paris, so I should say bonjour, Gretchen. Let's
Bonjour,
get
Julie.
thank you, and let's get started. What is the most important characteristic for an effective leader?
Oh, Julie, I can think of a lot of really top characteristics that are very important to keep in mind. If I narrowed it to one, I think I'd concentrate on communication. But let me be a little bit more specific with that. So we know effective communication is key to relationships. But I think that in the terms of a leader, they need to be able to communicate a purpose and a vision for their team. And so when I think about that, it's not necessarily the grand overarching mission and vision of an organization, although I think that that's important that layers down into an organization's work or into a team's work. But what I'm talking about is the type of vision or purpose that allows an individual to really feel valued and understand how their work is connecting to their team or to the larger picture. I think that we realize as human resources professionals that engagement is a really key factor to a successful and an effective organization. And so when I think about a leader, I want them to be able to communicate in a way that allows a person to understand what their job is, what the purpose is, and to have them be able to understand the value that they bring in the organization. So that type of communication I think is critical, whether it's a small team or a large team, and it doesn't just happen once. It's reinforced through different methods of communication and over different periods of time. So I think that that's really central to an effective leader or an important leadership characteristic. I think I'd hold that one out as probably top.
Great. Well, Gretchen, that was an amazing piece of advice. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise and insight for 3 minutes max.